Hi, my name is Travis Austin,
And this is Nathan Kurtz.
and we work with the New Boundary Technologies Support Department. Today, we're going to talk about distribution groups and why you might use them. Nathan?
The first thing to talk about would be, what is a distribution location? And a distribution location is a grouping of machines that would be in a separate physical location than where your primary Prism server would be located. So one example would be members of your sales team that are constantly traveling and are not very often in your headquarters office. So let's make a distribution location. And we'll make it a subgroup based on a rule, and we'll use computer AD name. And in our case, we have made an Active Directory security group for our computers that are computers used by the type of sales users that are frequently traveling, which is called road warriors. So let's finish this out and let's name the distribution location.
So those rules look a lot like our configuration groups.
In fact, they would, and they're actually a subset of the different kinds of configuration group rules that you can make. So here we have our distribution location, and here we have a road warrior machine join our distribution location. So you might have noticed when we were making the group, the last screen that we were looking at showed that the distribution agent for this distribution location is self-distributed.
What exactly does that mean, Nate?
A distribution group that the distribution agent has been marked as self-distributed means that any distributed tasks that have been assigned to this machine will have the payload of that task copied locally to the machine before the task is run.
So that, because the road warrior can't get access to the network share where you might have the payload shared from, so this is a way around that?
Exactly. The other type of distribution group that you can make is actually a group type distribution group. So let's specify that workstation 1 is the distribution agent for this machine. And what this will end up doing is allowing you to specify where the payload of the task that has been downloaded is put, so that if you have 6 members of this distribution location, they will all run the task from that one centralized local storage repository to them.
So maybe a good example for a group like distribution group would be if I had a corporate office in Minneapolis, but I had a smaller office in, say, Des Moines, and I don't want to have all the clients in the Des Moines office pull the payload of tasks through the network from my share in Minneapolis. I could target a computer in Des Moines as being the distribution group agent and then have the payload downloaded by it and essentially shared out by it?
Exactly. So in that scenario, if you have a WAN connection between those offices, but it is very slow, or it's a very expensive connection, rather than having each individual machine copy the payload from your head office, it will copy it once, and then all the machines in it will run it locally from there.
Okay, well, that's pretty cool. So that, in a nutshell, is the differences between self-distributed and distribution groups. In our next video, we're going to dive more into the repository location for group-based distribution groups.